Back when I was a kid, I absolutely loved Fairly Odd Parents. But there was one episode that actually disturbed the fuck out of me when I was younger. And I'm talking about the episode That's Life, where Timmy's dead, neglected gerbil rises from the dead, then tries to murder his entire family. What? I thought this was a show about magic and whimsy, and yet here we are. This one is seriously creepy, and it reminds me more of something you would have seen on Cartoon Network back in the day, like on Courage the Cowardly Dog, for example. But seeing Timmy's dead hamster try to murder his entire family after being brought back from the dead was a plot that stuck with me, for better or for worse. Hell, even if you ignore how creepy this episode actually is, it's extremely lore-breaking as well. They literally break multiple rules that are mainstay rules in the Fairly OddParents universe, and it pisses me off. And I almost have to wonder what Nickelodeon's weird fetish was with this episode, because they not only released it on a Game Boy Advance cartridge, but they also released it on multiple Video Now discs, which is fucking wild. And since it's been over 22 years since this episode first aired, and we're right on the brink of spooky season, I figured it was the perfect time to revisit this one and face my demons. As always, if you guys like this video, please throw us a like and maybe even subscribe. I might just perform a voodoo ritual and try to reanimate my old pets, if you do. And if you have any other episodes or shows you'd like me to cover in the future, let me know in the comments. Alright, let's dive in. Before the episode even begins, I'm already scared. Timmy's cowering behind a tombstone, while this shadow figure with ripped apart ears and chipped teeth is towering over him, which is just hinting at the terror that awaits. Then, the first scene is Timmy scarfing down a pizza and not wanting to share any with Cosmo and Wanda, who complain they're hungry. Where'd he get the pizza? His parents wouldn't have bought that for him. The fairies could have poofed up their own pizza. Also, Timmy's fairies are actually so hungry that they decay and turn into literal skeletons. We're only a few seconds into the episode and already death. Mom notices the floating fish skeletons and scolds Timmy.
That's no way to take care of your pets. Just look at them. No wonder all your pets I mean, ran away while you were at summer camp.
How many living beings has Timmy and his family neglected to the point of death? What is their kill count? And why has Mom allowed this to happen? Like, if she saw that her son was irresponsible and never fed his pets, why did she keep buying him new pets to kill?
My soon-to-be award-winning garden. Everything I touch dies.
So she said, my soon-to-be award-winning garden, knowing damn well that it looks like a barren wasteland out there. You really think everything's gonna grow in one fucking day, Miss Turner? The big veg out contest is tomorrow, and Mom really wanted to win. With that fucking garden, why did she even get her hopes up? Dad scopes out the competition next door, and of course, the Dinkelbergs have the nicest garden known to man. It resembles the Garden of Eden. They could probably end world hunger with their backyard alone. Timmy doesn't get it and says, what's so bad about the Dinkelbergs? They're pretty nice. And his parents are so triggered that they actually both burst into tears and hug each other for comfort, totally ashamed of their son just wondering where they went wrong. I feel like Timmy was just trying to rage bait his parents here. I'm pretty sure it's already established that they fucking hate the Dinkelbergs. His parents actually cry for 3 hours straight, and I'm guessing Timmy just sat in his bed for 3 hours doing nothing, just watching them cry? Timmy feels bad for inflicting so much emotional damage, so he decides to wish for Mom's garden to be full of life to cheer her up. And when the garden springs to life, the parents believe their miracle tears are what helped it grow.
Our miracle tears of sorrow have brought my garden to life.
Okay. Quick sidebar. I love how the parents think they have miracle tears that can produce hundreds and hundreds of fruits and vegetables on command, and they want to use this power to win a contest, not to end world hunger, not to help people, to win a contest. Classic. Also, a couple things. One, why the fuck is the sun setting at 3 p.m.? That's clearly a sunset type sky. Two, just because Timmy wished for the entire garden to be full of life doesn't mean Miss Turner planted all those fucking fruits and vegetables. How many fucking days would it have taken to plant that many things? And how did she keep planting them over and over, knowing they just kept dying? That's insane. Everyone's happy, but by the time the sun goes down, the nightmare begins. Since Timmy wished for the entire garden to be full of life, his dead gerbil Eddie, who was buried back there, starts to reanimate. And even just his hand is creepy. Ugh. And I do have to point out that it's explicitly stated in the rules that you cannot wish for someone dead to come back to life.
Well, there's nothing in the rules that says I can't wish for the B word.
No wishing yourself into a fairy, no wishing someone back to life, no Tom Cruise. Darn it!
So even though that's not intentionally what Timmy wished for here, it's kind of sus that it could happen at all. I don't know. Hell, you can't even wish to win a fucking contest.
Things that can't be wished for. Winning a contest, falling in love, electric car.
Which is exactly what he's doing. He made this wish knowing it would help his parents win the damn garden contest. You know, I used to think Fairly Odd Parents were really good at following their own lore in the early series, but we're only at season 3, and this shit already breaks 2 of the major rules set up in the initial show. So what the fuck? Seriously, how hard is it to have a real physical fucking rule book and just write every rule you ever make in it? It's not that goddamn difficult. Jesus! That thing is creepy. What the fuck even is that? You can see his damn brain hanging out through his cracked skull. And he low-key looks like how Mojo Jojo would look after getting beat to shit by the Powerpuff Girls. And Eddie just fucking stares at Timmy, shakes, and drools. Timmy's excited to see his old pet and acts like it's just his lost pet that ran away who's finally come home. Does he not see the fucking exposed brain and tail made up of straight bone? So Eddie tries to fucking kill Timmy immediately while drooling, might I add. He strangles Timmy, then starts beating the absolute shit out of him until Cosmo and Wanda stop him by poofing up a cage for him to go in. And all Timmy has to say is, "Eddie, where have you been?" He just crushed Timmy's windpipe and then bashed his skull on the floor a dozen times. And all Timmy can ask is, "Where you been, buddy?" Also, I don't know why they didn't poof up the cage a little tighter, because Eddie could totally slip right through those fucking bars. Eddie violently twitches and shakes every couple of seconds, and Timmy's over here talking about where have you been, as if Eddie is just this normal, healthy-looking creature who just ran away. He just tried to kill you minutes ago, Timmy. Show some self-preservation, my God. Instead of going to get a priest, Timmy leaves all day to hang out with his friends, and Cosmo and Wanda are creeped the fuck out, so they trespass in the Dinkelberg's pool and have a great time. Later on, when Timmy gets home, he opens the cage door and nearly gets killed yet again. Is brother suicidal and just not telling us? Why is he giving Eddie so many chances to kill him?
I wish I could shrink down to Eddie's size and give him a big hug.
Is Timmy slow? Eddie almost killed him multiple times while Timmy was 500 times bigger than him. And now he wants to even the playing field? Shrink down to his size so it's easier for Eddie to kill him? Timmy is dumb as hell. So they figure out that Eddie's actually dead and he's pissed at Timmy for letting him die. But Timmy is confused because turns out Dad was supposed to be the one taking care of him while Timmy was away at summer camp. Camp.
What was I supposed to do while Timmy was away at summer camp? Camp. Feed the gerbil. I mean, bury the gerbil that was supposed to be fed while Timmy was at summer camp.
That's absolutely terrifying. Horrifying even. Surely it would have taken weeks, if not months, to go from a healthy gerbil to a skeleton corpse, right? And honestly, is this an Eddie flashback? Because it's from the dad's point of view, and we see the to-do list, which Eddie has never seen before. So how the fuck could this be an Eddie flashback?
Maybe there's a clue in that line of food pellets that reads, "Get Dad."
He could just do that the whole time? Why did he wait around all day when Timmy went out with his friends? So he locks Timmy up in the cage behind him and goes off to kill Dad and avenge his own death.
Oh my gosh! Cosmo, Wanda! Don't let Eddie's totally justified rage ruin my mom's chance of winning the veg up.
What? Why didn't he just wish himself back to normal size? Or at least tell Cosmo and Wanda to go keep an eye on his dad and make sure he doesn't get murdered. But no, the vegetables are the most important thing. I'm pissed. Eddie's first kill attempt against Dad is making him trip and fall down the stairs. But luckily, Cosmo helps him out and keeps him from breaking his fucking neck. Timmy breaks out of the gerbil cage and tackles Eddie before he can bash Mr. Turner's skull in.
Dad, run!
How exactly is he supposed to run? He's a human piñata.
Eddie's back from the dead and he wants to kill you!
Kill me? Why would he want to kill me? Your mom's the one that forgot to feed him when you went to summer camp.
Mr. Turner had no reaction to the whole Eddie's back from the dead thing? He didn't even care that his son was fucking 2 inches tall? So now, Eddie wants to murder Mom instead, and he swings in from a wire and tries to slash her right in the neck, right in the frickin' jugular. But Cosmo saves the day once again. Mom goes inside to cheat in the contest some more and gets some canned yams to pass off as her own yams to give to the judges. Look, I'm pretty sure people can tell the difference between yams from a can that are already peeled, sliced, and cut into pieces, all slimy and shit, and raw yams from a garden. Also, the contest is called the Veg Out, and Mrs. Turner is clearly preparing fruits to be reviewed by the judges. What's the truth? Eddie has set up a violent death trap for Mom with the aim of slicing her skull in two. Mom uses the blade to open the canned yams, completely oblivious to her almost dying, which is fucking insane. How does she not see that thing right in front of her? Timmy stops Eddie and begs him for mercy, and when he finally says I'm sorry, Eddie has a change of heart and decides not to commit homicide anymore.
Get my mom to safety!
I love this job.
Perfect!
Isn't it cheating that your mom's using canned yams?
Isn't it cheating that your mom's using canned yams?
Isn't it cheating that the entire fucking garden wasn't actually grown? It was all just poofed up from a wish, Wanda? Fuck you. So Eddie actually saves Timmy's life, and this is perhaps maybe the most upsetting part of the entire episode.
I can fix that.
Disgusting, upsetting, a core memory for child me. What a shame. So Mrs. Turner wins the garden contest, which is fucking wild because you are not allowed to use magic to win competitions. You simply aren't. This is explicitly in the rules. I know I mentioned it earlier, but I'm pissed.
According to the rules, we can't help you win a contest, Timmy. That'd be cheating. Everything I touch dies!
Oh, Dinkelberg! Aren't you gonna come over and give my wife a congratulatory hand touch?
Dad literally tries to fucking kill Dinkelberg. He wants him dead. Hell, in Channel Chasers, he even tries shooting a bazooka at his home. He clearly wants death. Timmy tapes up Eddie's severed body, which they're outside now, and he broke his body in half in the kitchen. Did Timmy carry his broken in half mangled corpse from the kitchen to the outside? Better yet, why didn't he just wish for Eddie to be one piece again, instead of just taping him up? Also, is Timmy gonna keep him? The episode basically ends with him being alive. And with that being the case, why the fuck does he end up on Unwish Island or whatever it's called in Timmy's Secret Wish? He never got unwished. How does it make any sense?
But I wonder what happened to my kitty, my bunny, my ferret, my ocelot, my puppy, and my parrot. Mom and Dad also said ran away while I was at summer camp.
That's a creepy as hell ending, which is fitting for such a traumatizing episode. But also, why didn't the other dead creatures wake up at the same time as Eddie and the other plants? Hell, I think even more hands pop up than pets that Timmy named. I think there's extra dead creatures down there that Timmy doesn't even know about. Also, Timmy is supposed to only be 10 years old, and since all these pets are from the past, then he was an even younger kid at the time when he got them. So really, Timmy's parents should have been responsible for making sure they got fed and kept alive. Also, when Timmy lists his former animals, he mentions having an ocelot.
But I wonder what happened to my kitty, my bunny, my ferret, my ocelot, my puppy, and my parrot. Mom and Dad also said ran away while I was at summer camp.
My ocelot.
I didn't know what that was, and turns out, it's a fucking wildcat. Who the hell gave Timmy a wildcat? And what's worse, is they're threatened as a species, and he let his die. I think that's gotta be a crime. And in my Timmy's Secret Wish video, I talk a lot about how Timmy is low-key a sociopath, and this episode definitely shows that side of him. When he sees Eddie for the first time, he just completely has no reaction to his mangled, decrepit body. He doesn't even notice the exposed brain and rotting flesh. And a normal person would have screamed in terror, but Timmy didn't even bat an eye. And while Timmy seems unbothered by Eddie the dead gerbil, I, on the other hand, am still disturbed by this episode, and it still haunts my nightmares even 23 years later. But enough of me yapping. What do you guys think of That's Life? Is this episode a classic from your childhood, or did you forget about this one on purpose? Let me know how you're feeling in the comments, and let's kick it. And as always, I gotta give a massive, throbbing, shout out to the Patreon and channel members. Oh my god, I love you guys. If you're still here, that's great. Why not make sure you're subscribed and possibly check out some other videos? You might have a good time, you might not. I can't make any promises. All right, thanks for listening.